right, so welcome back to Black Swan Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about some field notation suggestions, some ideas, things that you might find helpful. Over the course of years, I've kept this notebook in my bag. As I go out for hikes, I'm out in the field, I record things that I find interesting, navigation tips, math that I don't often use, like trigonometry that might be helpful out in the field, weather information. Here's just a description of like reading clouds, knot tying, survival, all sorts of tips and tricks. And I thought, it'd be kind of cool to be able to share some of these notations with people. So I started a project and did a blog post on this a few months back, where I put some notations in a mailing label that you could just slap onto any blank notebook. And then that way people can share their notes that they find helpful out in the field and have that right in a Write in the Rain notebook. That project had never really got off the ground, to be honest, and it might be something I'll revisit in the future. Or if anyone else is interested in this, please contact me, let me know, and we can work together on that. In the meantime, what I found was a kind of an easier and maybe perhaps cheaper alternative is to use 3x5 note cards and just put contact paper over them. And then when I did that, I just slid in some of the notes on the back side of those note cards. So, for example, this particular bundle of notes here are navigation. So, some tips on navigation, what to do if you get lost, boiling times at elevation, compass operation, map symbols, navigation aids, and so on and so forth. I've also created and plasticized or laminated my comms card, a pace card for hiking, which will be available on our website shortly, that you can print out. And so the idea here is I can just put in the name on the card, I can put in my paces, and I can do that with pencil, and then I can just easily erase it. And the same with any of these note cards. So as I'm hiking, I come across an idea, I want to jot down some information about the map, I'm shooting an azimuth, or I want to write down some bearings, so on and so forth. I can do that with these cards, and then I can also easily then erase it. It's waterproof, it doesn't rub off, and it's super handy. So I've got all sorts of different types of cards on here. Wind chill. This is a larger card here for grid overlay as a reminder and how to operate that, so I can figure out my GPS coordinates or UTM coordinates. I've got one package here. This is just for communications. So I have Morse code, phonetic alphabet. These are the menu options on a Baofeng radio, how to program a repeater, simplex operation, all sorts of different kind of tips and tricks. And again, I have the ability then to write down those notes, erase it if necessary, and then if I wanted a more permanent record, I can certainly put that then in another notebook. Again, lots of different things that you can bring out with you in the field, tips and tricks. If you've got some things that you like to do similar to this, or some tips and tricks that would be helpful to include in this notebook, please put them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you on that. Remember to like and subscribe, and hopefully this video gives you a little project to work on in the future. Thank you.